morning. I'm joined by Dr. Jeanette Kowalik, who is our Commissioner of Health, Loretta Kryshak from Rebel Converting, who is a Mask Up MKE co-founder, Nicole Agrazano from United Way, who's providing funding for Mask Up and helping pay for the public service announcement inspection that we will be launching today, and Judge Mosley from our municipal court, who's been very involved in a lot of these activities. I want to begin by saying thank you all for being here this morning. We recognize that this is not the summer that we envisioned. Coming out of the end of 2019, I was thinking a lot about how for 4 consecutive years we had seen a drop in our homicide and violent crime rate here in the city of Milwaukee. We were celebrating that over the past 10 years we had added 20,000 jobs to our economy. We were looking forward to the Bucks playing at Fiserv Forum, winning the NBA championship, and we were looking at hosting for the first time in our city's history a major political party convention. I was riding pretty high, and I was thinking, what could possibly go wrong? Well, as we all know, just about everything could go wrong. So this is not the summer that we contemplated. And with the DNC in particular, we know that that did not materialize the way we had hoped. But there still is a spotlight on our city. And there still is an obligation and an opportunity for us to take steps so that we can defeat this pandemic. Right now, the most important thing we can do as a city is to unite around the common goal of defeating this virus and bringing our economy back to where it should be. There are too many people who have lost their jobs or have their hours reduced. There are too many people who have lost or are in danger of losing their homes. There are too many people who are facing uncertainty as we prepare for the school year. But what we have learned is that by working together, that we can be most effective. And one of the things that we can do in a patriotic sense, in a community sense, is to wear our masks when interacting with other people. Building a stronger partnership with Mask Up MKE then is an obvious but critical step. We had pictured our streetcars being jam-packed with convention goers this week. But even as visitors and residents alike are making the safe choice to stay home whenever possible, the HOP is still an incredible asset to our community. Not only are we still meeting critical transportation needs for residents along our route, providing them a safe and free means to access essential jobs and services like grocery stores and pharmacies, but the HOP remains a very visible part of our downtown landscape. When we have a message such as this, that's so important for people to see, to understand, and to rally around, the HOP offers an impactful way, a very impactful way for us to communicate. The very creative group at Mask Up MKE has been doing tremendous work to help fight this virus. They've built an unbelievable coalition of Milwaukee leaders, businesses, and community organizations and helped united everyone around a common goal. They are truly making a difference and saving lives, both through their generosity in making free masks available throughout our community and in making this simple act of masking up something we can all rally behind. The City of Milwaukee is proud to be a partner in this work, and today we're also proud to be donating one of our streetcars to make the Mask Up message even more visible. Every member of our community can play a vital role in stopping the spread of the virus by wearing a mask. And now, the HOP is officially masked up as well. Please join me in welcoming our masked up HOP vehicle.
supply chain issue. So early on, the Mask Up MKE initiative was developed, and I remember doing a Zoom press kickoff in my office on April 6th. So if you think about it now, we're in August, and that was in April. And just between April and now, Mask Up MKE has really spread like wildfire. Over 200 million hits have occurred between now and then. So the power of social media and engaging our community in our area here in Milwaukee. So the importance of masks cannot be underscored. We have to continue to promote mask wearing. We now have an ordinance in the city of Milwaukee that took effect July 16th. And just to give you a sense of that ordinance and what impact it's made on the city of Milwaukee's COVID-19 disease burden. At that point in time, our positivity was in the 9% range, kind of peaking almost 10%. But now we're in the low 7s. So just between July to now in a month, we've made some great progress, and we attribute many of the progress or the gains that have been made to wearing masks. Also, at the state level, Governor Evers making sure that the state was able to move ahead with a mask order. So now that we have some cohesion and support for wearing masks for just the lay public, business owners, as kids are and parents and teachers are preparing for various types of school reopenings, it's just extremely important to support and embrace wearing masks. We're going to have to do this for a while. As you can see, I've invested in some fancy swaggy masks myself. So my recommendation is always, to have fun with whatever's going on, no matter how bleak it may seem, just to embrace doing it in a way that kind of enhances or increases our ability to do it in a way that will support instead of treating it like a chore. So again, wearing masks is important. Cloth masks are very important that we're able to wash those after each use. The surgical or paper masks should only be used at one point in time and then discarded and replaced. The surgical or paper masks are great for the summertime. I know I've received a number of questions about comfort and ease wearing masks in the summer. So just putting that out there, that's a pro tip. If you can have a paper or surgical mask, it's easier for you in the summertime. And then again, all we can do right now is wear our masks, not just for ourselves, but for our community. So thanks to the Milwaukee Health Department for support and linking our community to masks, and of course Mask Up MKE for providing masks when we had very little access and getting those out to our community. So next I'll introduce Loretta Kryshak, who has been involved with Mask Up MKE from the start.
Thank you. que se pongan mascarilla. It is essential to wear a mask.
Mask up, MKE.
Mask up, MKE.
Mask up.
The foggy glasses situation is real, y'all. I gotta clear out here for a little bit, but I don't have notes, so it's okay. I'm really just here to express gratitude. To express gratitude for this diverse partnership, to express gratitude for the city's health department, for Rebel. I also want to give a shout out. Back in March, I remember the last day in my office was March 13th. And before I had even left that day, Harley Davidson had provided a grant to make sure we were able to purchase masks for our nonprofit organizations. Those organizations that are still open, food pantries, homeless shelters, some early childhood education centers that are going to work every single day at personal risk to their staff and their students and their clients. So grateful for the corporate leadership in this community. Our friends at Rebel didn't take nearly enough credit for what they have done. Lots of folks are masked up right now. We're hearing about it more. There's some cool photo contests, right? We're all getting, no one is as fashionable as Dr. K, but we're all doing our best. But they were early adopters. They didn't wait to see sort of what the trend was going to be. They didn't wait to see how the political climate was going to shift. They knew they had a product and a process that they could use to keep people safe, and they just did it. I am tremendously proud of the number of Milwaukee and surrounding county community members that assembled these masks. Millions, literally millions of masks that have gone out the door that your neighbors and friends and family members put together themselves. This has been an extraordinary effort since day one, and I'm very, very grateful that United Way has been able to play a small part in it. I also want to talk just briefly. I think sometimes we're getting bogged down a lot in the numbers. What are the rates, the percentages? And folks don't necessarily all agree with the metrics. But here's the thing, at the end of those metrics, for every one of those metrics, for those positive tests, that's a person. That's a neighbor or a sibling or a spouse or a parent who has tested positive for COVID. And I think we need to humanize this a little bit more. And there's no one more qualified to do that than our next speaker. Someone who needs very little introduction. He is, quite frankly, one of Milwaukee's best. He's from Chicago, but now we claim him. He is a person of integrity and passion and has shared his story publicly in a way that I think really ultimately will save lives. And with that, I want to welcome to the podium the phenomenal Judge Derek Mosley.
Hello, everyone. Can everybody hear me? Okay, so I just wanted to come and just say something real briefly. So when I was in the hospital, in the ICU unit fighting COVID, the one thing I remember the most about it is how lonely it was. Isolation and loneliness. But that isolation and loneliness were interrupted briefly by a total stranger who would come into the room, completely garbed in PPE, come in and be duty-bound to take care of me. And so I think about that person and the fact that they're missing their families, their spouses, their families, their children, but still coming to work every day to take care of people who are sick like I was. So I wear my mask for them because to me, my mask says, I love this city, I love this community, and it tells a stranger, hey stranger, I got your back. So I need you to have my back. So I want to end just by saying, mask up Milwaukee, it truly makes a difference. Thank you everybody for your time.
Each day, that breath got shorter and shorter and shorter, till by the time I was in the emergency room, I was just taking little little breaths like this just to be able to keep going. The doctor came into my room and told me that I'm at a crossroads in the treatment. People either get better or they just bottom out. I was laying in the bed. A nurse came in and handed me an iPad, and it's my family. It's the first time I had seen them since I'd been admitted into the hospital. And that little push gave me a lot of more motivation to fight. I made it through the night, and I didn't have to be ventilated the next morning. The one thing I did while I was in the ICU is I bonded with a number of nurses that came through the ICU. I wear the mask for them because they're on the front lines every day putting their lives at risk. And so I wear my mask for them. While I was in the ICU, a number of people who also were in the ICU passed away. There are no visitors on the COVID floor. So each and every one of those people who passed away alone. Nobody wants to die alone. Please wear your mask.